everybody. This is week 2, lesson 1. This is the first video for this week, and this week we're getting a little more into the effect of slavery on some of these states and different people. So in your packet, you're going to go to week 2. This first lesson, we're talking about Nat Turner, and we are going to decide whether or not he is a hero or a madman. So for this video, you're going to watch this video. You're going to read some of the primary sources that we'll read together, and then you're going to do a exit ticket / question assignment. So first, we are going to use our packet. I just had a major blonde moment and was looking in the tabs for the packet when the packet is clearly open on my screen. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Nat Turner today. We are going to read through these together, and then you're going to complete a Google form on this. So Nat Turner, let me show you a picture of Nat Turner. He was a slave. Okay, this is a really famous kind of picture of him. This is Nat Turner leading a army of slaves, like a militia of slaves. So what he is doing, so his rebellion begins on August 22nd with Nat Turner and his group of men. August 23rd, he and his army breaks apart after killing 55 white men, women, and children. Nat then disappears. An army is set out to bring him in. October 30th, Nat is captured after 70 days. November 1st to the 4th, Thomas Gray visits Nat and compiles the Confessions of Nat Turner, this primary source. So what Nat Turner does, he's a slave, and he gets a group of slaves in the South to go around from house to house to house to house and literally just killing any white people that are inside. And then he runs away, he gets caught, and then he is put on trial. So at his trial, he pleads his innocence, but is found guilty as an insurgent and is sentenced to be hung or hanged. On November 11th, he's hanged. He wants the hangman to hurry, and he dies at noon. So here are some of the primary sources. So these are Confessions of Nat Turner. This is when he is caught and going into trial. So remember, you're going to use this info to decide whether or not he is a hero or a madman, as well as I want you to think about the rebellion of slavery. He's trying to stop the thing that has tortured his life, and he is doing anything to stop slavery. So Thomas R. Gray, and if you remember Thomas R. Gray, he's the guy that visits Nat Turner while in prison to write some of these. This is Nat Turner's confession. Thomas R. Gray says, "Public curiosity has tried to understand Nat Turner's motives behind his diabolical actions." You look at the bottom of the page, diabolical means evil, like the devil. Everything connected with the rebellion was wrapped in mystery until Nat Turner, the leader of the violent and savage band, was captured. So already you can tell Thomas Gray, he does not like Nat Turner. He already, in his mind, has put Nat Turner to be guilty. I was determined to end public curiosity and write down Nat Turner's statements and publish them with little or no charge from his own words. Nat Turner says, "As a child, I knew I surely would be a prophet. A prophet is a person God chooses to protect and lead people. As the Lord had showed me visions of things that had happened before my birth. My father and mother said I was intended for some great purpose. I was a child of uncommon intelligence, and I knew I was never meant to be a slave. To a mind like mine, restless, curious, and observant of everything that was happening, religion became the subject that occupied all of my thoughts." So Ned Turner is responding and saying, I was born hearing and seeing different visions, and I had this idea that I was going to be destined to be great, to do these great things. Thomas Gray then says, "Nat Turner is a complete fanatic. Fanatic is an intense dedication to an idea." So he's saying Nat Turner is a fanatic. He is obsessed with ending slavery. He's obsessed with following these visions and these things that he would hear. He was obsessed with it. The calm way he spoke of his late actions, the expression in his fiend-like face when excited by enthusiasm. A fiend is a monster, demon, or a devil. Still bearing the stains of the blood of helpless innocence about him, I looked on him and my blood curdled in my veins. That's Thomas Gray. Thomas Gray saying you can just tell when looking at Nat Turner that he is evil. Like you just tell he's an evil person. This would be like a 1831 crime documentary, basically. Probably be on Netflix. I'm surprised it's not, actually. Document B. This is from a Virginia newspaper, the Southampton Tragedy. I'm sorry, the Richmond Inquirer. Sorry. And they say, I'm led to believe, from all that I can learn, that Nat Turner has been planning his mischief and disruption for quite some time. After pretending to be inspired to rebel by God, he made his announcement of rebellion to the blacks. He has used every means to his power to gain control over the minds of the slaves. A dreamer of dreams and would-be prophet, he used all the arts familiar to such pretenders to trick, confuse, and overwhelm the slaves' minds. So you can see document B that this newspaper is not playing games with Nat Turner. They're saying he's crazy. He's doing all these things to lead other slaves. It's almost like a cult leader mentality. Document C is from a Henry Garrett speech. He was talking to people that were trying to abolish slavery. He says, "You had far better all die immediately than live slaves, and throw your misery upon your children. However much of you and all of us may desire it, there's not much hope of freedom without the shedding of blood. If you must bleed, let it come all at once. Rather die freemen than live to be slaves." The patriotic Nathaniel Turner was driven to desperation by the wrong and injustice of slavery. By force, his name has been recorded on the list of dishonor, but future generations will remember him among the noble and brave. So he is obviously in support of Nat Turner, saying that, you know, to end slavery, like, we're not going to be able to do this peacefully. There's too much disagreement. There's too much hatred between the two sides that if we want to end this, there's going to be some life loss. There's going to be some blood. There's going to be some violence. And Henry Garrett is saying, I'd rather just get it all over at once instead of a slow process of trying to eliminate slavery, which we know, of course, is the Civil War, which was a slow process and many, many, many thousands that died in that. So now that we read the documents on Nat Turner, you're going to go ahead and fill out week 2, lesson 1. It is a short little Google form you'll find on Classroom. Other than that, though, we are all done for lesson 1. I'll see you later.